Hi, this is Trey, Broken Path Shaman. I'm here to meditate with you again today. Every day we get to do this. So excited. Um, so I just wanted to let people know, like, really, the purpose of these meditations is to inspire others, because I know it's a lot easier to do things when you see other people doing them. So hopefully, by having somebody online, you can kind of click and be like, okay, I'm just going to meditate a few minutes with this stranger, uh, just to do it, just to inspire others. So um, as I get feedback from folks, I'll definitely change things a little bit or whatever. But right now, I'm just kind of sharing the space, and then as the community builds, we'll gear it towards what people are asking about or what they more specifically want. But for me, what I do here every day is I bring my intent to heal the world. That didn't come out well. I bring my intent to heal the world, and really just starting by healing each and every one of us, right? And we have the power to do that. So with this meditation, I end up doing about 20-30 minutes. It's not a guided meditation. It's really just for us to share space together. I do 3 different cycles in the meditation. They're about 10 minutes each. But lately I've been starting with trying to practice a method of preparing for meditation. So it's pretty specific, has a lot of steps to it. I'll just go over them kind of briefly. So for about 3 minutes, first I'm going to talk about the position. This first preparation meditation, I want everybody, or not I want everybody, I am. I don't want to have somebody hurt themselves following my instructions, but what I'm going to go for is sit in a comfortable pose. This is comfortable for me. Sit on a chair, sit with your legs crossed, whatever's comfortable. And then I'm going to have my hands in a prayer position. So palms pressed firmly together and then up against my chest. And the elbows can be more down, so the fingers don't have to point straight up. They can kind of just naturally fall a little bit forward. It's fine. And close my eyes and just kind of focus from inside through my brow. And for breathing, it's going to be an inhale, hold the breath for 26 pumps of the stomach. And a pump of the stomach is really just from the navel, bringing it in and up, right? And then exhale, hold the breath at the bottom when you exhale. Before you inhale, do another 26 pumps. That's the cycle. So inhale, hold 26, exhale, hold 26. Boom, 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 boom. For about 3 minutes. I keep doing that. 3 minutes, unless I'm counting the thumb. I don't know why I keep doing that, but 3 minutes. Visualize myself in white light. Now, at the end of the 3 minutes, when the bell goes off, wherever I'm at, I'm just going to inhale, fill my lungs up, squeeze all the muscles in my body as tight as possible, and then release. And just repeat victory over and over in my mind. So, a lot going on. Going to take first 3 minutes to do that. And then after that, I'll get into my regular scheduled program, or the normal kind of meditation I do, which has a different breath, and I'll talk about that later. So I like to have a timer to respect our time and really keep things on track, because a man's got to make some money and go to work. That's why I do them early. Work started again. Hold. Victory, victory. All right, so that's it. Very strenuous. That one definitely makes me sweat. Uh, but I'm trying to pull out some old methods that I have in books and stuff, and just kind of share them with you guys. And since we have gals, guys, and since we have this space, it's just a great place to do it in. So, so the regular cycles that I do are going to be a very active inhale and then a relaxed yin exhale. Just let that air kind of just flow out on the exhale. So, and I don't hold it at the top. It's just fill as much as possible. Nose or mouth, doesn't matter. You've been breathing your whole life. You know how to do it. And then just let it out however you want. Again, nose or mouth. The idea is just kind of build up that air and just do a sigh. Just to let it go. And then feel how those muscles just kind of relax. Just by sighing, I'm just like, melting into sand. So keep that in mind. So this first cycle is in the posture called Vajrasana, and it's Thunderbolt pose or Diamond pose. I like to do it with a prayer position, very similar to what we already did. Do whatever's comfortable for you. I just really enjoy that. And I try and keep the thumbs up against the sternum when I do that. So it's about 10 minutes. We got about 8 minutes left. Just breathe through it. Remember your intent. Meditation is about intent. What's your intent for this space that you've created, right? Keep that in mind. And I like to focus on the tops of plants. So I happen to have a couple rooted basil and a lotus and orchid in front of me. So I just like to focus on the tops of plants. If you got trees outside your window or bushes, they really appreciate that attention, that love that comes out of our eyes. reminded, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I'll answer them at the end if I can. No, please don't do anything that would be uncomfortable or hurt yourself. Listen to your body. Intuition knows. Now for me, I'm just putting my arms behind my back because it's comfortable, and I'm really trying to loosen up my shoulders. It took a long time to get comfortable with this. So, signal for the second cycle of meditation. It's a Baddha Konasana, and that's a bound ankle pose. Now, unfortunately, I'm working through a pinched nerve, so I can't really get into that posture. And also like to remind you to be careful as you move between these postures. I was on my knees for over 10 minutes. That's want to let that blood flow back into those legs. Now, since I have this condition where I can't really get into the bound ankle pose or the butterfly pose, I remind us to modify, and modify with intent. What was the intent that I brought to the place, to the space, and how can I keep that? So I enjoy having the soles of my feet together during the second cycle, having my spine as lengthened as possible, and just balancing my head at the top of that spine. And I really just, at the top of my breath, when my lungs are fullest, use that to kind of see my posture. And you'll notice, or at least I notice, that I had a full breath. I get that good posture, that kind of posture where they used to tell you to stand up straight, put your chest out. It just comes naturally with a full breath. So just feel your body out at the top of the breath and just see if it needs some micro movements, some adjustments. The other intent that I bring to the space is to have my shoulders down and back away from my ears while I'm in that lengthened spine. And then I have my hand supporting me, and whenever I have my hand on the ground, I always focus on putting pressure into these three, the pads of those out to the fingers, and not so much the wrist. So whenever I have my hand on the ground, any like downward dog, any kind of pose, I definitely try and just push out on the hand. Thank you very much. So we have about 7.5 minutes left. Just breathe in. Remember your intent in the space, and just bring that intent into the space. I'm also trying to keep that left leg relaxed. It likes to get tense. Having a little too much difficulty in that posture, so remember to listen to your body. Don't want it to really yell at you, scream at you. Just want to listen to it. So I just modified my posture to something I know I can keep for the rest of this. I love Namaste. May this Reiki be for the good of all, for the harm of none. If it is not needed, may it nourish the earth. Chokure. Now I'm reminded for all of us to focus at the corners of our lips, the edges of our mouth. Stretch those muscles to the sky. Those are the bravest muscles we have in our body, the most courageous act we can do. And just getting that full breath. I usually open up my stomach a bit as I start the breath. Makes the diaphragm holds in our organs, so if we kind of let that diaphragm expand, we have more room in our lungs for the air. So then once those lungs are full, just let it out. It's just a relaxing yin exhale. Just comes out at that point. Now that's the signal for the third cycle. The last pose is a Pranayama, which is a mountain pose, Namaste, or Tadasana without the Namaste. So again, take care as you transition. but I also like to take a moment to remind us that I feel we are a catalyst between the bodies of the earth and the sky. And as I'm in Namaste, I like to reach up to the sky and also ground out through the earth to its core and just draw that energy in as the catalyst between those two. Our breath, air forms with our body so that action and will are combined, right? We take breath in, we have thoughts, we create action. That's a definite union of the earth and the sky. I would recommend listening to BKS Iyengar as he talks about Tadasana or mountain pose. He blew my mind and showed me some things that helped me modify mountain pose. So when I do it, I'm gonna have my toes touching, my big toe touching, and about an inch between my heels. The rest is a lot to explain, so check him out on YouTube, BKS Iyengar. And be gentle. If your body doesn't want to straighten out like mine doesn't, just be gentle with it. Don't force it. We're in this together. Us and our body. So I have some specific pain that I'm going through, and I find that it's actually a bit easier if I slow my inhale. It doesn't hurt as much. That muscle is kind of active. So remember your breath as a tool and how you use it as a tool. Whew. That was a good one. That's a timer for the end of our session. Whew. Yeah, thank you for joining. As usual, namaste. I enjoy sharing space with you and watching the divine awaken in you. So thank you. I'm Trey, Broken Path Shaman. You can find me on Twitter as BP_shaman, or on the YouTube here, on YouTube here, as the Broken Path Shaman. And if you subscribe to the YouTube, then you'll get notifications when I go live. And I really don't have a set time that I do these. It's kind of any time of the day that I can fit it in. So I've been doing it before work. It's been wonderful. And look forward to doing it again with you tomorrow. There's something I was going to say. Oh, yeah, I was reminded. So when I do the Om part of the meditation, it's really a vibration. As I exhale, it finds a vibration. What I've noticed is that vibration seems to release tension in the body, that subtle tension. I don't even know where the tension is. It's just, if it didn't vibrate, then I would assume that I was super relaxed. So it really just comes as part of the breath. It's not I don't think of it as so much forced. It just really happens, because sometimes it just doesn't. But I got tension. I'm sure we all do. I'm 45. I've built up years of tension. And so it just takes time for it to erode away, right? And that's the journey. That's really what it's all about. Okay, so enough of that. Time for me to grab some coffee and get ready for the rest of the day. I appreciate all of you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. May the goddess and the gods bless you.